Hello and welcome to ExcelTutorialFree.com, where you get to learn Microsoft Excel for free with these videos. And these are the following sections you should visit on our website. Single features on Excel will show you how each single feature works. Project examples is where we put it all together with different tools all in one. And custom videos is where we respond to people's questions posted in the forum section. First thing I'm going to do over here is go ahead and give this a title. So I'm going to write "This is a title for this Excel tutorial example by Meganich University." Okay. So now that I've got the title, I kind of want to make it stand out a little bit more, right? So there's a few things I could do. The first thing I'm going to do is highlight this area right here. I'm going to go ahead to Format. I'm going to go to Row Height. Right now the default is at 15, and I'm going to make it 30. As you can see now, it kind of gave it a little bit more spacing. It stands out from the rest, and that's what I wanted to do in a title. It's much better than trying to keep it the same size and then skip a row. So try to keep everything together as a table. So if you need to space it out and look like a double line, that's how you do it. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to even change the font over here. I'm going to make it italic. And what else can I do to it? Okay. So I think this looks like a good start. So the next thing I want to do is maybe put some colors into it, right? Have it stand out with colors. So right now, as you can see, I have to highlight this whole box, all these different columns, okay, to actually highlight this whole area. So the way I'm going to eliminate this problem before I go into the colors, even though I could do all colors over here, I'm going to go ahead and highlight all this over here, and I'm going to hit Merge and Center. And now, as you can see, what it did is it made it into one box, so I don't have to scroll over and highlight everything. It's automatically highlighted. And I'm going to go to my paint bucket over here. This basically is called the fill color, and I get to put whatever color I want in the back. Now I have this dark blue, which means that I cannot see my black font. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this font over here, and I'm going to make it white. I'm going to also bold it a little bit. Okay. And as you can see, that now because of the bold, it made it bigger, and it actually pushed it outside, and I can't see everything. So what am I going to do? I'm going to actually highlight one more column, and I'm going to merge and center. And by doing so, actually by doing merge and center, it actually undid it. And now I'm going to re-highlight it, merge and center, and there you go. This is basically how you do that. So this takes care of the top portion and your title. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to come over here, and I want to go ahead and start creating a smaller table to explain what this is all about. So as you can see, I went ahead to the A column between the A and the B, and I hold down the left click button on the mouse, and I drag it to make it a little bit more wider. Okay, you could do this manually, or you have all these auto fits that you could do later on, but sometimes I just like to do it manually. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. Do whatever works for you, but I'll show you how different features work. So right over here, I'm going to write something like by. Over here I'm going to write date, and over here I'm going to write purpose. So now that you've seen me write by, you're probably asking yourself, well, why did I put by Meganich University over here? Well, if you decide that you want to put it here, it's very simple. It's a quick fix. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to delete that. And as you will see, that it basically went ahead and took care of that. Now the question comes down to is how do I shorten this box now that I've taken some text out? Well, the answer is very simple. you're simply going to go over the box. You're going to hit merge and center again. It's going to undo it. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to highlight all these columns, and I'm going to actually go to this delete and delete sheet columns. I'm going to show you some shortcuts on how to work that as well. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. And now that I have this again, I'm going to highlight all these, and I'm going to go back to merge and center, and there you go. So that's basically one way of taking care of that. So over here I have by, and let's go ahead and make these bold, and that should be good enough. Okay, and now I want to go ahead and write Mega Niche University. I'm going to write over here the date is 10/15/2012, and the purpose is to show the audience how to make this. Okay, so now I basically have my little description over here, and I could do some stuff with this as well. Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to also give it some colors, so to differentiate the sections. So over here I'm going to go to highlight it. I'm going to go to my bucket and maybe pick a lighter shade blue. And then over here I'm going to go over here, highlight that as well. I'm going to pick even one more lighter shade of blue. If this is not enough contrast, actually when I come over here, the white doesn't look so much white, does it? But it's good enough. And over here, if I want to make it even more, or maybe this is not enough dark, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pick something that stands out a little bit. Okay, so that looks good to me right there. Okay, so that's basically one thing that I could do over here. What else can I do over here? Well, let's look at the date. For the date feature, you can come over here and you can pick short date, long date, or you can literally go to this area right here, to this little area, and it's going to pop up this box, and you can get even more detailed how you want your date to appear. So let's just go ahead and pick this example right over here, which is what I have. So let's go ahead and pick another example. Let's pick a long date. There you go. So this is a long date right there. And you saw how, I'm going to click back, you saw how it didn't look aligned, right? So I clicked over here and I went to left align, and look what it did, it pushed it to the left. Okay, I think this looks good, and I'm going to top it off with one last thing for this page, and this is going to be our little documentation page. Okay, our little informational page. Okay, so I'm going to go down here to where it says sheet 1, and I'm going to go ahead and do right click. I'm going to go ahead and first rename it, and I'm going to rename it to info. Okay, and I'm going to do general info. How about that? General info. Okay, so that takes care of that, and I have other features I could do. And what I could do is I can right click, I can go to tab color to make it different than the rest, and I will make this one, well, let's make it blue. Let's make it match in blue. So I got now the match in blue with this blue over here, and this will take care of this first area of setting up this example, and we're going to go into other worksheets and do other stuff to show you how all these functions work. Maybe not all, of course, but we'll show you as many as possible so that we can get an idea of things that you could do. That concludes today's video by ExcelTutorialFree.com. Stay tuned for more videos.